Let me tell you, baby, let me tell you, I don't think any of us was really prepared for or didn't see any of this shit coming. Okay? Your girl Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing Snowfall, season number 3, episode number 9, Blackout. If you're new here, which you shouldn't be, I know I'm always late, but it's been so hot that with these lights and stuff on, it's really hard for me to record. But love me as I am, okay? Let's just start off with Teddy, because Teddy seems to have been the least of the traumatic for me, okay? So Teddy goes and visits Avi. This nigga's in a hotel with chairs and shit up on top of the window sills, but has the windows open so people could still see in. And I'm with Teddy like, well, why would you not just close the windows? Like, that's the dumbest shit ever. At this point, Teddy is letting him know, or Reed, excuse me, is letting him know that the CIA, or that he didn't have it done. Oh no, so wait a minute. So I didn't realize that Avi knew, or that Teddy knew that Avi was CIA. Hold on, wait. I didn't realize that Teddy knew that Avi knew that he was CIA, because he said that the CIA pulled the trigger. I thought he was just Reed Thompson to him too. I'm not really clear on it. Somebody clear that up for me down below in the comments. Pretty much, Avi says it was Mossad that was trying to kill him, that actually pulled the trigger. He talked about selling some circuits on the black market, pretty much to a terrorist group, and Mossad is coming after him. He knows that. He thought he had cleared it up by, you know, giving bribes and friends of friends, etc. Avi really wants to know who it was, who set it in motion. And you know, he knows, but he doesn't want Julia killed. Juliet killed. But he's gonna take care of it. Well, we see Teddy meet with Julie's boss, CIA boss. What's his name? Steve. He introduces him to Rigo. Now listen, he says this is your liaison to the director. If you have any questions, you need to talk to Steve. He gave the nigga his whole name, called him, I don't know. I don't know what his last name was. It was something that I couldn't make out, but Steve was his first name. He gave his last name. If you need something, holler at Steve. He has a direct connection to the director and can get anything you need. So when Rigo pulls off, Teddy just makes it plain and simple, because you know Steve want to act like the big man. You know, what the fuck are you doing, Teddy? Well, I'm just here to tell you that Julia did not come to just get intel on the operation so she could take it over. She came to blow it up. And you have two options, okay? Because you didn't fuck my shit up, pretty much is what he's saying. You got two options. One, to tell the director that you fucked it up, that you sent her here, that it's going down the toilet, that it's blown up, and we can't fund the war no more. Or number two, fix it. Starting with Mossad. Contact them and call those dogs off. And really, he is like really turned into a boss, like a real honest to God boss. And Steve knew he wasn't playing. Steve knew he fucked up. Steve said he was gonna fix it. During his drive after meeting with Steve and Rigo, he hears the news about Andre being shot to death, shooting himself, being killed. I'm not sure if they said it. This is what happens when it's been too long to review. It'd be fuzzy, and then I'm looking at my notes like, what was I feeling? So sometimes I have to watch it twice, and today I didn't do that, okay? My head, not my heart. I love y'all. Teddy meets up with Franklin, and you know, Teddy knows offhand that it was Franklin. No questions asked. So Teddy pretty much says, I don't want to have to clean up your mess. Franklin says, shit, I've been handling shit. I've been telling you I'm gonna handle it. You ain't got no issue. You ain't got no problem. So I don't understand what the beef is. Furthermore, in this instance, Teddy tells him he understands what he's going through. Franklin's like, you don't know what the fuck what I'm going through. And the thing is, when Teddy broke that shit down about being on his own, being responsible for everybody, having to make sure everybody is okay, he said, he made it plain, like, my nigga, we the same. We the same on different sides, but we the same. You know, because Franklin, of course, is thinking, well, you CIA, so you don't have, you can't possibly be feeling the same way I'm feeling. But when he broke that shit down, I was like, well, yeah. Y'all responsible. You gotta, you know, always the one to take care of shit, take care of business. Like, y'all absolutely are the same. When he gets back to the warehouse, Julie, whatever her name is waiting on him. And I think her name is Julie. Anyway, is waiting on him, and she gives him a backhanded apology. Pretty much apologizing for blowing the shit up, but not really. Like, I did it for us, Teddy. Like, you know, for us, for you to be able to get out of this thing. I still want us. I still want us to be together. Walks up to him all seductively, you know, very, you know how we, manipulative, very manipulating. She walks up to him and is trying to appeal to the side of him that once loved her to kiss him. He was like, leave your keys at the door when you leave. Leave your keys here. Put your keys on the desk. Pretty much, bitch, bye. Why is you still here? I don't need you. I don't want you. And you know, when I was watching it, I thought about Bob. Remember in Nicaragua? Shit. He told him she does not want the same thing as us. She is for the agency. Like, I guess when you look back at it, because I think I said that, I don't think he took heed to it, because he was so enamored, so in love with her that he couldn't see the forest for the trees. But baby, the forest is on fire. The trees are lit. He sees it. You out. Now here's the thing. Y'all remember when Teddy wasn't doing no drugs? Now he's doing drugs, blowing snow to cope with the shit that's going on. Ain't that what happened to people? Ain't that what they do? Ain't that how they say the drug dealers get caught? They sometimes want to see what the high is like, and then they get caught up in that shit. Not to mention when shit be too heavy, too hectic, they do that too. The last thing about Teddy is he goes to see my dude Gustavo. I love me some Gustavo, okay? Some Oso. And I be so mad when they don't show him. But when he goes to see Gustavo, he tells him, this is too close to the border. What are you doing? Like, he goes in and shows him, and Mamacita's in there digging the tunnel, okay? This tunnel is going to go from this side of the tracks on the U.S. to the other side of the tracks in Mexico, to a clothing store. This is now our tunnel to deliver drugs. Teddy is like, at first I was like, is he perplexed? But he was rather pleased with Gustavo's move and had a cold beer with him. Like, yes, my nigga. Like, that's how I was feeling. Like, he was like, finally something is coming together for me. Okay, so let's talk about Mel, because she gets her own thing now, right? Let's talk about Mel before we talk about Franklin having panic attacks and shit like a bitch. Like, come on, Franklin. What the fuck you got going on? Get it together. You can't do... Okay. Hold that thought. When the episode opens up, we see, you know, them at the crime scene. We see the LAPD at the crime scene, looking at all the, you know, evidence, processing the scene. I believe Mel was there. I can't remember, because of course she's the one who found her papa. But one of the first things you see is the detectives, including Officer Nix, at the bar talking about Andre's suicide. And they were saying, you know, well, it isn't like his character. However, his daughter is on drugs. He's been suspended from the force, blase. And so I want y'all to think about this, because I thought about this after last episode. He shot himself with his own gun, but his gun was missing. Y'all, like, Franklin, He should not have used his own gun, right? Because the gun was missing along with his badge. So now all of a sudden you got your gun back. Now all of a sudden, and that's why they said something about the prostitute had him going. I don't know, but that's the way my mind is set up. Like, how did you get your gun back if you said the prostitute took it? Huh? Anyway, let's keep going. Nyx is visibly unhappy and upset and like, I want to kill the world. Like, he looked like white supremacy on steroids in his face, okay? Well, when we see Mel, she was staying with her friend, and why I can't think of her name, because it's not Shanshan. Shanshan is the one that beat her up. This is her good friend that she was, was telling her, you got a full ride. I can't think of her name. Y'all know her name? Tell me down below in the comments. Nonetheless, they in the kitchen, the mama and the friend are in the kitchen, and she said Mel needs some food. Oh no, mom, she just wants to rest, she's okay, blah blah blah. Her mom goes back there, like mothers do. Oh no, let me go, this baby needs to eat, that's what she needs. When she goes in there, the daughter is yelling, mom, don't go. And guess what Mel's doing? Smoking crack on her friend's bed in her friend's room. Her friend is probably like, I can't really do nothing about it. Like, I'm she grieving, and it's just a lot. But her mama like, fuck that. She can't be here. Listen, I'm going to just be honest with you. You can't live here. You're a base head. You a crackhead. You on that shit. You can't bring that devil up in this house. That shit don't bring nothing but chaos. I'm with the mama. Because guess what? You staying here and spending the night for us to comfort you, but you ain't got no money. So bitch, next thing I know, you taking our TVs to the dope man. Like, I'll be damn, fuck you and that shit. You got to go. I know you love her. Baby, you can love her from afar. Pray for her, and that, them demons get up out of her. I'm with the mama. Bitch, you got to go. Goodbye, so long, farewell. And then they do that old goofy shit, like, like she, like that high that they have her on. It's not, like, I just want somebody to come in and write and make sure that they portray that zombie ass high correctly. So, Mel leaves, all goofy and shit. That is not a goofy high, okay, y'all? It's not. Not that I know, but I do know. She leaves like, okay, well, I'll just go back to my house. And when she gets there, the house looks exactly how the police left it. There's still the blood on the table. And she goes in her room so she can finish getting high, and she notices that the latch on the window is open. And what happens? Her fucking ass starts flashing to all the years growing up that Franklin would sneak into her house, honey, and she would at that point knew that Franklin killed her motherfucking daddy. I was like, ooh, this ain't gonna be good. This ain't good. Immediately, she takes her crackhead ass to go visit with Nyx and tells Nyx is like, first off, Nyx got a little black kid he didn't adopt it. That racist fucker, because he racist as fuck. Got a little black kid. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. That's a foster, that's adopted. I don't know, but I don't like it, okay? And I caught it, and I'm sure you caught it. There was a reason for it. You see how he be like, y'all remember when he said, I don't know how you living with all those monkeys around there. At least you one of the good ones. Y'all remember that, right? He got a little monkey in his house. Fuck you, Nyx. Anyway, so she tells him, Franklin killed my dad. Franklin killed my dad. He did it. And so, of course, in true Nyx fashion, he's upset and he's like, I'm going to take care of it. Well, Sissy goes over to visit at Andre's house. His sister Bernice is there. And she's cleaning the house up, getting things together. And pretty much asked how Mel was doing. And she said, I had to board the windows up so that she wouldn't get out. Between grieving and that shit she on, I'm gonna clean her up. I'm gonna take her back to Texas, and I'm gonna clean her up, and I'm gonna sell this house. So Sissy asks her, what is it that I can do to help you? It's her fucking guilt, because I know damn well if my son and the neighbor was getting into it like they are, I wouldn't be offering to host a repast at my house. I know you fucking lying. I know you lying, Sissy. Like, what is we doing? I would not have. I don't know if you would have. You let me know down below in the comments. To me, it feels like betrayal. Even though we know that Franklin has said, he didn't have nothing to do with it. She know it in her spirit. I'm all over the place, but y'all know what I'm talking about. She also offers to put the house up you know, sell the house with her small real estate business. Bernice gets her all the way together and says, listen, I don't want to have nothing to do with that devil. Okay? Andre told me everything, brother and sister, right? My brother shares everything. So listen to what I'm telling you. I don't want you to help me. I don't need that kind of help. So guess what? I'm good. What happens next? I am going to let it all merge in Franklin. Let's talk Franklin. So just when Franklin starts bossing up, just when we start seeing him and looking at him in a different light. I mean, I guess we've been looking at him in a different light since season 2. But I'm just saying, just when things get good to us, like, yes, Franklin, come on. He started acting like a bitch. Don't do big boy shit if you can't handle big boy consequences. That's a real life tip for y'all. If you can't handle real life big boy problems that come with big boy shit, don't do it. Do the shit that's in your box, in your lane, on your level. Stay there, okay? If it's little, stay little. Ain't nothing wrong with being a square. Stay in the box, okay? Don't go try to round your edges out with no files and shit. Stay in the box. Close the box up. Tape it. Stay in there, okay? Don't do shit you can't handle. So when the scene actually opens up, I did have some notes. When the episode actually opens up, you see Franklin sitting out on the pool deck, looking like a fucking, looking out, staring into space like a zombie. You see fucking Mel crying. That's what the crime scene and all that shit happening. But Franklin's at White Rob's house. Rob's house. There's only one Rob, and he's white. And Franklin is his buddy for real, for real. He don't want people mixed up in it, but he gonna mix Rob up in it because, you know, Rob's white. And you would believe a white boy before you believe anybody else's. So he creates this alibi about being there watching this show and not leaving until 8:30 in the morning when the trash men come. Burn the paperwork. I guess they was up all night in the notebook. Guess they was all night coming up with this. They were together all night coming up with his alibi. He goes over to see Jerome and Aunt Louie and tells them that Andre is dead and that they need to lay low and they should probably go to Rob's house. And Jerome, first thing he say is, how you know? Because mama called. And I don't remember him talking to his mama. Okay, I don't remember that. But whatever. We see him drive his happy ass over to, like, I'm not sure if that was a really smart idea for him to drive his ass over to his mama house the night after. They say the killer always revisits the scene. That's what they say. That's what he did. And as he's walking up, the body is coming out. The coroner's office is rolling him into the ambulance or whatever. Or that's not the ambulance, but the, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I think it was the ambulance. It wasn't the coroner's truck, but it was the ambulance. Anyway, so Nick sees him and they walk up. He said, "What's going on, officer?" Like, you know, the fuck? Nick throws something at him. Because Nick's in his heart of hearts knows that Andre would not have killed himself. Not only that, he knows that Franklin has something to do with it. I think this might have been one of them instances I could have went in sequential order. But it's too late now. We here. And that's the way my notes is always written. Of course, Sissy is yelling for him to come in the house because, you know, they got beef. He got beef with the LAPD. When he goes in the house and they have a conversation sitting in the kitchen, it's Elton, it's Sissy, and Franklin. And Elton is looking at Franklin like, you alright, son? Because he being real sketchy and shit. Okay? He being real sketchy, real fucked up. I'm fine. I'm cool, Dad. You know, it's something you want to tell. There ain't nothing good. I'm good. I'm fine. Goes to get a Coke out the refrigerator. Telltale sign is you open the Coke because your mind is going 1,000,000 miles a minute and you aren't really a killer. You not really a criminal. You just learned how to sell this drug that is now a lucrative business for you. You know how to capitalize on something, but you don't have a criminal's mind. But does he? Because criminals really normally, well, you got the stupid criminals, but then you got the ones that are masterminds. Okay, the ones that are the genius, a hairline between insanity and genius. You got them too. Well, he's not one of those, especially when it comes to killing somebody. All that to say that. He leaves the Coke on the table. Elton picks up on his sketchy ass behavior. So Franklin and Leon go to meet up with Manboy. So Manboy says he wants to renegotiate terms with Franklin, and he tells him, listen, so I'm buying the bricks at $10K a kilo, or it's your man Lee's head as a football for stealing my territory. I was like, this nigga is bizzo, like big bold, like, oh, we see you bold. Franklin, this is when he does the boss shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he's like, well, let me tell you this. The price remains the same, or you can get your shit from somewhere else. And Leon is family. Meaning you fuck with Leon, you fucking with me, and that's a whole different ball game. My nigga, you gonna have a problem fucking with me. Y'all remember now, just a few seasons ago, Franklin wouldn't pull a trigger. Now he threatening to kill everybody. You know, he a cop killer now, so he got big balls. So in the car ride home, right? Franklin's on edge already. Leon goes to thank him for having his back with that shit with Manboy. Oh, why did he say that? He tells him pull over. So he pulled, for what, man? Pull over. So when he pulls over, he says to him, leave that man and his people and his corners alone. If you can't do that, find yourself you can find yourself a new cadet. You know, Leon like, no, man, you don't mean that. The fuck you mean? Yes, I do mean that. I built this shit brick by brick by myself, and I'll be damned if I let another motherfucker break it down. I was like, oh yeah, he on edge, he edgy, he didn't kill the cop. Now it don't matter who he kill after this, because cop killing gets you the death penalty, okay? Death row, because we don't have the death penalty here, or we do, but you be on death row forever. A little later, we see Louie and Jerome down at Rob's house, and Louie is like, shit, he out here living big. He doing it big. And Jerome's like, or was it Jerome? Whichever one, they doing it big. And they was like, it's time for us to upgrade too. Absolutely. Get your fucking ass out. I mean, I know we shouldn't leave, but leave that house there. Buy another house somewhere else. Right? Like, go ahead and upgrade yourself, because if you in it, you in it. That's what they said. We in it. If we in this, we in it. So it looks like Jerome is back. He not being a bitch no more. Louie did say something that was profound. She asked Jerome if he blamed her for the situation that they're in, because she took Franklin to Claudia's to sell his first brick. I mean, actually, Louie, you don't have to hold no responsibility for that, girl. You did introduce him to somebody to sell it. You weren't the one that had him go get the kilo. You weren't the one that went to Oakland and learned how to make rock. You weren't that person. You did not put the gun in his hand to shoot, right? You just gave him your connection and people you knew who would buy the shit. And so don't hold that on yourself, girl. Don't hold that on yourself. So this nigga Franklin in the car driving. He having a straight up anxiety attack, okay? Everything is loud and shit. You would think that he was the one on crack, because that's that shit they say. Everything is amplified. Everything is, the noises and shit are loud. Shit that you wouldn't normally hear, like the ticking in the refrigerator. We don't hear that with our regular ears, but it kind of enhances everything. It does not like a hallucinogenic, but everything is more clear, more accurate, louder. And so he having a fucking panic attack. I've never had one. I've never had an anxiety attack. I'm gonna just thank the Lord for that. So now it's nighttime. I don't know where Franklin was coming from. He was coming from seeing Teddy at the diner. And he's driving, you know, looking all unassuming like he does. Them are the most deadly drug dealers. The ones that don't look like they drug dealers. The ones that look like regular old plain ass motherfuckers. He driving all skip, hopping and jump, and he gets pulled over by the police. The lights are flashing. I told y'all motherfuckers this last week. I don't mean to point at y'all or call y'all motherfuckers, but that's what I did. I told y'all motherfuckers last week that this was gonna happen. Because we saw him getting pulled over. We saw that it was Nick's. Nick's getting in the back of the car, points the gun at his head, points the gun to his head, and you know what? I don't fault Franklin for shedding a tear. He like shit my life in the end. And if you gonna do it, pull the trigger now. It's just what it is. I ain't got time for this shit. Like, let's not play these games. Let's not mince words. Yeah, I killed that nigga Andre. It is what it is. Like, he told him that he killed Andre. That he set it up. And he was like, was it like this? Was it this close? It wasn't. We know how far away it was. We know the trajectory of the gun and where it was placed. So when he said, if you're going to kill me, go ahead and do it. He was like, nah, that'd be too easy. I ain't going to kill you. I was like, I knew it. I mean, like, that's what it is. Crooked cops. Where do you think they came from? That's what they came from. I'm going to go get the dirty money. I'm not making enough money. So I'm going to go get this dirty money. He was like, you mine now. You do what I say now. You got money? I got lots of it. He on his payroll now. In real life, Franklin would actually, it would end up being flipped because you saying I'm working for you, but in actuality, you working for me because you need the money. So I'm going to be paying you, and when I need stuff, you're going to be coming through for me. So in all actuality, the cops is now on the payroll. I hope y'all followed that. I was all over the place, but I hope you followed me when I said it. But I told y'all that last week, though. So here is when shit gets real for Mel. Nix goes over after this little visit with Franklin the next day and tells Mel that the report is in, the ME report is in, and it looks like your dad did commit suicide. You were on drugs, you was this. No, Franklin did it. My dad didn't kill himself. Like, she has a total fucking meltdown because Nix is now using this for his own benefit. And guess what? She kicks him the fuck out. Bernice come in, Auntie Bernice comes in and she yelling and screaming, don't touch me. Like, she has really lost her fucking mind. She knows something ain't right. My daddy didn't kill himself. I don't care what the ME report says. You know it to be true, Nix. And now you with the bullshit. That's how she's feeling. At least that's how I've interpreted it. If that's what you think, if you agree or not, let me know down below in the comments. Sissy and Elton are preparing for the repast, and Elton just fucking breaks it down to Sissy. Like, you know he did it. You know he responsible. Stop pretending like you don't know. And of course, as a mother, you don't want to hear that shit because you know it's true. And here's the thing, in my mind, I'm thinking Sissy is thinking, if I don't acknowledge it, then it's not true. If I don't acknowledge that my son is responsible for killing this man, then it's not true. I really feel like that because sometimes you put those blinders on. So they had the funeral. We are at the repast. Mel is sitting there looking like a zombie. Leon goes over and talks to her and says, I understand how you feel. And she like, you do? Like, yeah, I lost my dad when I was 5. And it's really a different kind of thing, Lee. Like, I was waiting on her to be like, get the fuck out of here. You know, you didn't know your daddy that well. I had my daddy my whole life. My mama and my daddy gone now. It's just me. Like, so you don't know what the fuck I'm feeling. You still got your raggedy ass mama with all them kids. Like, that's what I was expecting to come out of her mouth. But they didn't do that for me. They didn't do that for me. She was just like, okay. But I guess so because she's got a lot on her mind. Because you trying to say my daddy killed himself? No, I don't believe it. When she looks up, she sees Franklin go over and talk to Nix. Some shit that would never happen at all. Nix hated his guts. Why in the fuck is Franklin going over there all chummy? A real boss would not be associating themselves in public like that with a cop who doesn't like them. You supposed to keep the same energy. Nigga, y'all enemies? You stay enemies. We ain't on the same team. Why is we having a conversation? Franklin, that's a buster ass move. And Mel is smart enough to know the shit don't add up. That means y'all in cahoots. Oh, now you paying off Nix, Franklin. She storms out the house. Now listen. Storms out the house. Franklin follows her to her house. Now, Franklin, you and her ain't been on good terms. She kicked you in the nutsack last episode. She owned that shit. She ain't in her right mind. But the guilt is eating you the fuck up. Because you do still have feelings for her. And we all understand it. That was your bitch, okay? You was getting some of that, okay? Like, you cared about her and wanted her to do great. You follow her into the house, into her room, and like the rest of us, you thought she was looking for crack, looking around, searching in drawers and shit. And you telling her, baby, you don't have to do this, baby. I know that was eating her up in the inside. Baby, you don't have to do this. It's not necessary. You can get cleaned up. You know, doing that whole shit that he do. Shit. Mel's motherfucking ass came out of the closet with a 22. Small caliber gun. I'm saying it's a 22. Looked like one to me. If it wasn't, let me know down below in the comments what kind of gun that was. Like, that kind of shit is what I want to know. Like, anyway. When she comes out that closet with that 22 pointed at him, he's like, hold on, wait, Mel. You not gonna shoot me? I don't even think there was any words that came out of her fucking mouth. She just shot his ass. It didn't look like it was in the heart. It did look like it was in his arm. And he started bleeding immediately. Small caliber gun, you know. So, he hits the ground. I can't remember if he hit the ground then. But what I do know is she shot him again. He crawling out and shit. So I want to say that the first shot was in the arm. And he hit the ground. Which makes no sense. That was a little extra. It's TV, as my friend, he said. It's TV, babe. It's TV. Alright. So then he crawled on the ground and she shoots him in the back. Pow, pow, bang, bang. In the back. He's on the floor. And I mean, we've watched enough. If you've never seen a person die in your face, we've watched enough TV to see that the blood starts coming out their mouth. You know, they start, you know, like not being able to breathe, you know, slowly closing their eyes. And they did that to a T, and she walked right past his motherfucking ass. And drops the gun where it is, like, let it be known, because she temporarily did lose her mind. Drugs, her dad, she could probably get off on a temporary insanity plea, okay, because payback is a bitch, karma is a motherfucker. Nobody was expecting Mel to shoot Franklin. Now here's my question, do you think he's dead? I'm all like, they can't kill Franklin because he's the star of the show. We still got one episode left. But then in that next breath, I'm all like, have we heard that there's going to be a season 4 since John Singleton's death? There was more than one executive director, so there is that possibility. They showed us snippets from next episode, but I didn't see any of Franklin except for like some flashbacks and stuff. Y'all give me what you think down below in the comments, because it got my mind going. Number one, I don't feel like they should or could kill Franklin, because you got to continue. Like, you've got one of the best writers on your staff, which is Walter Mosley. So I know that John Singleton is a good director, but listen, go get the Hughes brothers. Go get Spike Lee. Get somebody else to help direct it so that this good ass show can continue. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off if y'all don't have a season 4. If y'all gonna end this shit like this, I am going to be pissed the fuck off. It is such a good show. It is well written. They have lots of facts in there. There's some things that need to be checked. But I'm just saying, so what do y'all think? Let me know down below in the comments. Is this the end? I wanna know. I wanna know. I know y'all don't like my singing, but guess what? I sings, okay? So let me know down below in the comments. Is this the end? Is Franklin dead? Are we having a funeral next episode? He can't be dead. They gotta close it out a different way so that we can have some options for it coming back for season 4. I'm gonna do some research and see if I see anything that says they're coming back, so I'll know when we start off for the season 3 finale. They didn't call it a series finale, but you know, they always, sometimes shit just disappear. Anyway, I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of Snowfall, season number 3, episode number 9, Blackout, honey. And I'm just on pins and needles because they didn't show us Franklin last in the snippets. If it's your first time visiting my channel, click the subscribe button. Become a ray of sunshine. I review other shit. I do other shit too, okay? Not only that, click the notification bell so you're alerted of the videos, of my videos when I upload them. Damn. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next video.